Now on CoastTV News.
Bring on the bypass. Ribbon cutting is today. What drivers need to know when it is open to vehicles. Maryland energy rebate. How much households are looking to receive to deal with those high energy bills?
This is CoastTV News Midday.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Matt Pensick and welcome to CoastTV News Midday. And our top story this morning is a project decades in the making and it's about to become a reality. We're talking about the North Millsboro Bypass that is set to open this week. CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber is live in Millsboro where just a few minutes ago Deldot held a ribbon cutting to make this special event. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Yes, I am here in Millsboro, right at the North Millsboro Bypass. This has been under construction for 2 years, and this morning Deldot held a ribbon cutting ceremony, but this roadway will not be open to the public until Thursday night into Friday, according to Deldot. And this is a connection that's over 2 miles between US 113 and Route 24. Deldot says the entire goal of this North Bypass project is to improve safety as well as ease congestion with people going to the beaches and larger trucks heading into downtown Millsboro. Live in Millsboro, I'm Elisa Weber, CoastTV News.
Thank you, Elisa. And while the traffic congestion on Route 24 funneling into Millsboro is a decades-long issue, it's relatively short time for the construction of the bypass. Groundbreaking occurred at the end of March in 2023. And this is a project that cost $130 million. 4 bridges are part of the bypass. Some of those are spanning the Millsboro Pond. We'll find out how much of a break Marylanders are getting in a rebate to help with their energy bills. Governor Wes Moore is scheduled to announce this at a press conference in Randallstown. A plan that was approved this year reportedly will give Marylanders about $80 per household. Money is coming out of the Strategic Energy Investment Fund. That was created under legislation passed by the General Assembly. A second round of rebates is expected in the early part of 2026. We're now in the final hours of fall as we get a live look at the nation's summer capital on this late Monday morning. And our First Alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobono, joins us now with a look at First Alert weather. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Matt. Yeah, folks in Lewes, Rehoboth, up and down the coast, taking in these last few hours of officially summer. We issue in the fall season, excuse me. I'm thinking of winter, actually. Later on today, 74 in Lewes. Beautiful conditions out there. Some folks have just seen a kind of a party boat head out there towards the Atlantic. 69 in Rehoboth. We're at 71 in Bethany Beach, 75 in Seaford. Winds are pretty calm, but you can see that flow out of the northeast. High pressure virtually right over the Del Mar Peninsula. And we're going to see plenty of sunshine throughout the day today with temperatures rising into the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees. So fall arrives today, and believe it or not, it's not really going to feel like it over the next few days. We're going to see a warm front push through the area tonight, and that's going to allow temperatures to rise into the mid to upper 80s through the middle part of the week. Humidity is going to be rising as well. Also, our chance of rain is going to be rising primarily Wednesday night through Friday. So we're going to have a front that's going to kind of stall out over the area and bring periodic chances of rain. We'll talk more about that coming up in the full 7-day forecast a little later on in the newscast. Matt.
All right, we're looking forward to that. Thank you, Chris. Most of Delaware's coastal communities, paid parking enforcement has ended for the season, but not everywhere. Lewes is still charging for parking, with beach parking running through September 30th and downtown meters active through October 14th. Rehoboth Beach, Dewey Beach, Bethany Beach, Fenwick Island, they all wrapped up on September 15th. One person CoastTV spoke with thinks the extended enforcement in Lewes impacts local businesses more than the drivers.
I think it's depleting some revenue from the shops in Lewes, because if they're going to go to Dewey for the 2 weeks in September or Rehoboth, they're getting the revenue and not Lewes.
Cost for beach parking is $2.50. Downtown is $1.50. In Rehoboth Beach, a longtime inn could soon get replaced with new homes. The city's Board of Adjustment will consider plans from the owners of the Canal Side Inn on 6th Street. This is to tear down the commercial property and build 2 single-family homes. Now, according to the owners, one house is designed for the family's primary residence. The other would go up for sale. And in a letter to neighbors, the couple said the project would reduce traffic, parking pressure, add green space, and better match the scale of nearby homes. Heads of state are gathering in New York today for the UN General Assembly. Amy Kiley shows us that among them is Ukraine's leader, who says he is set to meet with President Trump.
There's no restraint on Putin right now.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he's meeting with President Donald Trump this week as U.S.-Russian tensions rise. He says they'll talk on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York. Their meeting comes as Trump says he will defend the Baltic states and Poland from Russia if necessary. That statement before Charlie Kirk's memorial yesterday follows Russian incursions into NATO airspace. Those include flying jets over Estonian territory Friday and drones over Polish and Romanian land earlier this month.
Zelensky has spent 3.5 years making the argument that Putin will not stop at Ukraine, and I think he'll be able to make that even more forcefully and to push for a clear position from Trump on getting tough on Russia.
Article 5 of the NATO treaty says an attack on one member state is an attack on all of them.
Sooner or later, if this kind of provocation happens, we're going to have some kind of incident that will prompt a crisis. And that crisis will force President Trump, I suspect, to think about which side they want to take.
Article 5 requires alerting the UN Security Council. Today, that group is holding an emergency meeting at Estonia's request.
Tensions are running very high. NATO and the European allies grappling with the very real risk as these attacks escalate of this conflict spreading.
I'm Mimi Kiley reporting.
U.S. and Russia are both permanent members of the UN Security Council. Russia denies its jets entered Estonian airspace Friday. New this morning, at the point in Cape Henlopen State Park, biologists with DENREC are reporting 9 pairs of nesting piping plovers. Record high for the site since intensive monitoring began. Pair counts in Delaware have steadily increased since 2016 when Powder Beach was restored after impacts from Hurricane Sandy. Starting tonight, the Jewish observance of Rosh Hashanah. It begins at sundown. It is the new year in Judaism. Rosh Hashanah ends with nightfall on Wednesday, the 24th. Coming up, monument decision where damaged tributes in the circle could find a new place after action by the Georgetown Council. CoastTV News Midday is back after this. Happening today, Georgetown Council set to hear strategies on how to protect the memorials in the circle. This after there was damage from being hit by cars and the concern that the memorials, including the one for fallen officer Chad Spicer, would move elsewhere. Now, these are images of when the Spicer Memorial got damaged and also the one honoring former Chief Harvey Gregg were knocked down. The Georgetown Circle Committee is recommending the memorials get placed further from the road and closer to the fountain. That recommendation comes after several months of review. This just in, Delaware Governor Matt Meyer is in Georgetown this afternoon to sign a proclamation declaring Literacy Month in Delaware. Along with that, the governor's office says he will preview a larger literacy strategy announcement. This is taking place at 1:30 p.m. at the North Georgetown Elementary School. Coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network, 3 p.m., Parkside takes on Pocomoke in high school boys soccer. Then at 10:30, catch the final score. And coming up tonight on DSM Plus, along with that soccer match, at 4 you get this soccer match, Sussex Tech at Seaford. Then at 5 p.m., Y High hosting Queen Anne's in football. 5:15, Sanford faces Tatnall in girls volleyball.
It's been a beautiful start to our week here on Delmarva. Live look into Laurel, where it is 71 degrees, mostly sunny skies through the afternoon as we make a run at the 80-degree mark this afternoon. Kay Houston, Frankfort, Delaware, you're the winner of our Paul Davis Weather Umbrella from CoastTV. We'll have a look at when some rain moves in towards the end of the week. And your latest 7-day forecast coming up next. Well, it certainly felt like fall early this morning. We had lows around 53, Georgetown 53 in Salisbury, lower to mid 50s away from the coast. Right now we are basking in sunshine, 69 degrees in Rehoboth Beach as some beachgoers take in, well, the last few hours of the summer season. Note the surf. Surf's really going to be picking up here. Waves 3 to 5 feet, dangerous risk of rip currents, no more lifeguards on duty, and that's all thanks to powerful Hurricane Gabrielle way out in the Atlantic. You'll see that here in a few minutes. 70 degrees Indian River Inlet to 72 Georgetown, 75 in Seaford. Wind flow out of the northeast, but winds should stay relatively calm throughout the day today. Dew points are in the 50s and 60s, still rather on a comfortable level. That's going to be changing, though, unfortunately, as a warm front pushes through the region tonight. You can see we are in the humid to very humid range as we go into Wednesday and Thursday. So it's going to feel tropical despite astronomical fall arriving this afternoon. You can see clouds, some shower activity well off to the west. High pressure building in. The cold front that's going to be infecting us still back off to the west. So fall officially arriving 2:19 this afternoon, and that is when the autumnal equinox begins. You can see the Earth tilting a bit away from the sun. The sun's rays directly on the equator, so you have equal amount of day and night. So we are going to continue to lose daylight here as we approach ever so closer to daylight saving there early in November. Highs today 80 degrees, Georgetown 79, Harrington 75 in Cambridge, 80 in Salisbury. East winds at about 5 to 10. You can see southeast winds today. As the front pushes through, a more southerly southwest wind kicks in tomorrow and could see some gusts at the coast 20 to 25 miles an hour. But we're going to continue that south to southwest flow at least through midweek. So not feeling much like fall. Highs today in the upper 70s to around 80. We'll see a few clouds increase overnight. Some patchy fog to start, lower 60s. By tomorrow afternoon, we're in the lower to mid 80s, and we'll see a few clouds increase late in the day, but we should stay dry through Wednesday. It's not until Wednesday night we see a front push through, and we'll see shower and rain chances really begin to ramp up, especially Thursday through Friday as that front kind of stalls out over the area. And we may see an area of low pressure develop and ride along that front late Thursday through Friday. So we're dry most of Wednesday. Wednesday, a warm, humid day. Then we see a few shower and storm chances late in the day, the early part of the evening. Then a better chance of scattered rainfall into Friday as that front pushes through, and then we see that system clear out. Well, tropical storm, well, actually, this is Hurricane Gabrielle, really exploded in intensity overnight, and it's now a powerful Category 3 hurricane on the verge of being a Category 4 hurricane. This is going to stay away from the coast, but again, we're going to see some swells and dangerous rip currents. The National Hurricane Center monitoring these areas, a 40% chance to 70% chance of development over the course of the next 7 days. 80 degrees this afternoon, a marvelous day. 61, partly cloudy skies with some patchy fog. We're at 84 into our Tuesday, and then we're looking at temperatures around 85 on Wednesday with a late chance of showers and storms. Better chance of scattered rain on Thursday, and we stay damp and rainy into Friday. But the good news is we dry out just in time for the weekend, it looks like, with temperatures holding in the upper 70s.
All right, looking forward to that on the weekend, at least Saturday. Thanks, Chris. And here's what you can look forward to this afternoon on Coast Life at 4.
Hope you're having a good Monday so far here along coastal Delmarva. But if you join us today at 4 on Coast Life, here's what's in store. If you're planning those shoulder season local summer visits to Ocean City, you're going to need somewhere to stay. We've got the perfect place for you. Also, fall is right around the corner, and you're going to want to experience all the scents and all the flavors that fall has to offer with our friends at the Spice and Tea Exchange on Rehoboth Avenue in Rehoboth Beach. All that fun and so much more is coming your way today at 4 on Coast Life. See you then.
Trump administration says a deal to keep TikTok operating in the United States should be complete in a few days. A group of U.S. investors will own 80% of the app. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said on Saturday under the proposed plan, the United States will have control over the social media app's algorithm. People are noticing a difference if they get their vehicle repaired. The latest Consumer Price Index report shows a jump between July and August, and overall car repairs are up 15% from a year ago. The analysts say the tariffs are mostly to blame. The Trump administration has slapped fees on both imported autos and parts. Still ahead, biking for brain health. Now going for a spin might lower the risk of all-cause dementia. Stay with us on Coast TV News today. On Sunday, President Donald Trump gave a brief preview of what he says will be a big announcement about autism. That was during the memorial service for Charlie Kirk, and Monday's announcement is expected to link the development of autism in children with the use of the pain reliever Tylenol during pregnancy. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says his agency would have answers this month on the causes of autism. The head of the American College of Obstetricians issued a statement that said in part, previous research confirms there is no clear evidence linking it to autism. The next time you need to run some errands, you may want to consider hopping on a bike. And here's why. A recent study suggests cycling could be good for your brain health. Researchers studied years of data from nearly 480,000 people. And they found those who cycled had a 19% lower risk of all-cause dementia and a 22% lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. That's compared to those with non-active travel, such as driving or public transportation.
It's been a beautiful morning in Cambridge. Look at that water. It's like glass, just a few high cirrus clouds there. 72 in Cambridge. On our way to highs in the upper 70s under mostly sunny skies. You can get your forecast anytime by dialing the First Alert Weather Phone, sponsored by Broxton Mandalas Federico. We'll have a look at a warm and unsettled 10-day forecast right after the break. Well, beautiful Monday on tap as highs reach the upper 70s to near 80 degrees from the coast through the inland part of the peninsula through the eastern shore. Just a gorgeous afternoon as fall officially arrives today at 2:19 p.m. We're going to have a high of 80 degrees now. A warm front is going to be pushing through the area tonight, and that's going to allow for humidity levels to really rise through mid part of the week. So feeling more like summer, at least for the next 3 days. 84 into Tuesday. We'll see mostly sunny skies for the first part of Wednesday. Then a cold front is going to be arriving late in the day, so the best chance of showers and storms Wednesday is likely going to be in the evening time frame. And then most of Thursday is unsettled with scattered showers and storms, and we stay pretty damp as that front stalls out over the area into Friday. And then we look to dry out and see some sunnier skies by the weekend.
All right, thank you, Chris, and thank you for watching us here on Coast TV News Midday. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Don't forget to join us later for Coast TV News at 5. Until then, have a great Monday, everybody.